Hey y'all, it's me, Jennifer. I've been taking a bit of a break lately because of all the crap going on in my life. And I look dreadful today, so forgive me, but I'm not, I don't really worry about, I don't really worry about making myself look perfect. Um, but in any case, I did want to come on and, do a haul video because I've got a lot of stuff for a yet another new hobby that I have begun, uh, and it was all actually rather inexpensive, and so I didn't spend a whole lot of money, and so I was hoping I could share that with y'all, just to kind of and to kind of give y'all some ideas of where you can get supplies for junk journaling. Now, for those who don't know what it is, apparently there are multiple definitions of what junk journaling actually is. My take is basically that it's like scrapbooking for. It's kind of like a hybrid between scrapbooking and journaling, and for people who don't really care about perfection. Case in point. Uh, so. But basically, what you do is you use old papers and things that would be typically thrown away, and you make something beautiful out of it, or hopefully beautiful. For instance, I just recently started, so I only have a couple of pages done, um, but this is my first junk journal that I'm putting together, and I'm doing it for, basically this is going to be like a general catch-all, and like kind of a writing and life kind of just, I already have a journal where I'm long-winded. This will be one for, like just like specific reflections about certain things, and I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do yet, but basically this is some fabric that I had laying around, a cross stitch that I did a long time ago that I don't know what to do with, didn't know what to do with. And I have pages from an old dictionary that was falling apart. And I'm very, very weird about using books for crafts. But the thing is that when they're about to be thrown away and the binding is coming apart and everything like that, you can't, unless it's a collectible item, there's not really much you can do with it. And that was the case with this dictionary. This was an old dictionary, and it was completely coming apart. So I decided to use it for junk journaling. And of course you can use, like, scrapbooking papers, which is what this is, and various other things, and fabric, and, what have you. Like, here's like my first, well, what they call a spread. And see, I've given myself plenty of writing space. Now, I've noticed that a lot of people who do junk journaling, really all they do is put pretty stuff. They basically do a, a scrappy scrapbook. They do an imperfect scrapbook, but in many cases it's perfectly imperfect. And I prefer to be actually imperfect, which is why I've kind of gotten into this, and it kind of makes sense for me because my mother will tell you, even as far back as when I was a little girl, I had this thing about saving paper. I just felt like there's something that should be done with this. I either need to write on it or do something with it. And so I had a massive store of stuff already. I already had some scrapbooking paper. I had old magazines. I even had just like little cards and things that I had saved that from when I was a card merchandiser, and things were just going to be thrown away. And which I couldn't stand. I mean, I did throw most of the stuff away when I had to, but sometimes, but if it was pretty, I would keep it, because I mean, it just killed me to think about throwing these things away at the end of the season, every season. But I kept a lot of stuff. And now I had, and it's funny because I had recently gone through all of, like, started kind of doing a massive reorganization, which is another reason why I haven't been doing much lately. Um, and it, and I just appear to be making a bigger mess, but I'll eventually get it together. But I'm doing this mass reorganization, and I had gone through a lot of those cards and things, and pieces of paper, and some of them I'm giving away, but a lot of it I went back through and said, okay, well, I can use this in some way, shape, or form. I had to work today in West Rome, which is farther away from where I live, and coming back to work at the Walmart in East Rome, I stopped at a few places and just looked through what they had. The first place I stopped was Ollie's. Now, not everywhere has Ollie's, from what I understand, but Ollie's is basically like a deep discount store. It's basically buyouts and overstock kind of stuff. It's kind of like Big Lots, but it's typically even cheaper and even more random than Big Lots. So they have books, they have, they have food. They don't have frozen food, but they have like canned and packaged food. Um, they have, skincare items. They have furniture. They have hardware. You name it, they got it. So I went and I looked at their stationery department and at their book department, and I actually found some cool stuff. The first thing I want to show you is this massive pack of what they call natural, but I would call it kind of like a buff color cardstock. This is 50 pages of 11 by 17 cardstock, and I bought it for $3.99. $3.99. And I will use this forever. Because most of the pieces that you use in junk journaling are typically smaller, and you kind of collage and layer and everything. But I got that for like some standard stuff. That was $3.49. And I also at Ollie's. Well, I got a few other things too, but I got this trail mix stuff that they had, and it was actually, it looked pretty good, and I needed some nuts and stuff for protein and what have you. And I'm showing you these because they are amazing. I have gotten these before at Ollie's, and I got them just out of curiosity, just sheer curiosity. How in the world is that going to taste? But I loved them, and so I had to get some more while I was there. This is grilled cheese and tomato soup cheese puffs. Heck yeah, man. I love these. They taste exactly like a grilled cheese and tomato soup. I love them. I don't know. It's crazy, I know, but I love them. But anyway, I had to get a bag of those. Okay, moving on to the other stuff. Okay, I got these are, I've never seen index cards. These are actually more for my writing and editing and things like that, because I'm about to have a massive, massive edit of my novel and try to finish it. I know I've said it before, but I might mean it this time. But anyway, I got these for that. And what they are is they basically have a little tab. I don't know if you can see the example there. They have a little tab that you can hook over the page, and you can have notes and everything on these, and they're kind of color coded. You get 3 different colors. I got 2 packs of these because they were 79 cents, and I thought they would be really, really handy when I really start editing my novel. So that's for novels. That's for the creative writing part of many things that I do. Okay, moving on to the other stuff that I got. They had these, they called them library pockets. They do have like a little tiny section of like kind of like teacher kind of things, and this was among them. But I thought these would make super cute little pockets in my junk journal, and perhaps for some other things. But it's got a little blank spot right there that I thought I could, I could put a sticker or write something in there or what have you with that. But I thought those were really super cool. I wouldn't have to make any pockets for this particular outfit. This was, they only had like 2 little color choices, but I thought this one was pretty. And so I got that. And these were 99 cents. And I got these napkins, which you can use napkins with Mod Podge and kind of do a background. And these were the only pretty ones that I saw. But I kind of think that I like those colors and the kind of textury, feathery looking texture that they have. But those are $1.29. And so, and I can use, and it'll take forever to use those up. And I also got this certificate paper, which I really liked the border. It's got kind of some silver leaf looking parts to it, and it's got a nice little flourish all the way around. I think that would be great for a number of things with the junk journal, and I might even use them as pages in a signature, which is what they call like one little bundle of papers folded over and bound. I haven't started doing the binding journals or anything yet. I'm using one that was already a journal, but a sketch journal, but that I'd had for, gosh, probably at least 20 years, and I had not done anything with it except written a few pages, and I just tore those out and used those. But anyway, I might use these when I decide to start doing little smaller bound pamphlet looking things. But I thought that was pretty, and that was $1.99. Okay, and I also, and this one is kind of a dual purpose thing. This is a coloring book, but they're stickers. You can peel them off. They're basically coloring stickers for adults and mandalas, and I love mandalas. I don't really know that I buy into the spiritual effect of a mandala, but I do think that it's very soothing to color, whether it be a mandala or what have you. And I was doing it way before it was popular a few years ago, and I still don't care. I still do it. But anyway, I thought these would be really cool to put in a junk journal, and that's actually what I've done with a lot of things that I've colored, is I've kind of set them aside for doing junk journals because I didn't know what else to do with it. But anyway, it's just little stickers, and I thought that was really cool, and so you can color them, you know, and I thought that was awesome, and that should be a great deal of fun. And this one is just a coloring book, but I love, like, you know, you have tessellations and, like, kind of, you know, abstract stuff, but every once in a while I feel like coloring something, like, an actual thing, and I saw this one there at Ollie's, this Fantastic Cities, and it looks really cool. I don't know what it is about me. I love little houses and stuff, like in cross stitch. I love little house patterns and things. I don't know why, but I just love them. It just looks so pretty to me. But this has got even like some mandala type looking pages, but they're all like, you know, they're all like buildings and city squares, and, you know, I just think that looked really, really cool. Like, wow. See, that almost looks like the downtown of where I live, right there. But yeah, it's really, really cool, and this was $2.99. Original price $14.95. Yeah. But anyway, I'm looking forward to coloring some in that. But anyway, that's it for Ollie's. And I say, you know, sometimes you go there and you can't really find anything that's useful. But sometimes you go there and you just hit a gold mine. The first time this is only the second time I've been. And the first time I went, I was making more money, and I went a little bit nutty with it. So they had a lot of cool stuff at that point, and that was before I even started with the junk journaling and all this other thing. But anyway, so there's that. Okay, and after I went to Ollie's, I went to Hobby Lobby. I had to go to Hobby Lobby. And again, I've told y'all before, I still shop at Hobby Lobby. I don't like their politics, but honestly, I don't mix the two. So if you want to complain about it, then complain to somebody else, not me. Because people always complain about it. But I went to Hobby Lobby because they were having a sale on all their scrapbooking supplies, like the Paper Studio, that brand, that's basically their brand, I guess. and everything was half off. And so I figured, well, this is perfect timing. I'm just starting to get into junk journaling. I have two things of scrapbook paper, and one of them is larger and one of them is kind of longer and skinnier, and I think I got them both on clearance. But the thing is that they're kind of the same aesthetic, which my aesthetic is ingrained, is deep. But I kind of got tired of seeing the same kind of styles, and so I wanted to get a little bit more, like, I couldn't go crazy, but I did get a few things, and even like the single pages of the Paper Studio were on sale, so I got a few of those that I thought were really pretty. I got some music notes. I got several of these because, and I, when I tell you about the library book sale, I got some other music, but this is a little bit neater and a little bit cleaner, and so depending on what I'm doing, I'll use one or the other. But I really think that's pretty. I love music. I actually used to play the trombone when I was younger, and I miss playing actually. And my family is full of musicians, full of musicians. So I love music notes. So there's that. And I got those, and again, those were all half off, and I thought these were just absolutely beautiful. I love paisley. Absolutely love paisley, and I love this color combination. I never have liked bright orange, but I love rusty kind of dark orange. And that's actually what a lot of my color scheme is so far. I want to do different color schemes throughout that journal, but anyway, there's that paisley. I got 2 sheets of that. And let me see, Hobby Lobby. Here's the other one. Here's another one. I got 3 bags. Okay. Okay, and I did get a few other things for mostly. Again, I have supplies for jewelry making. I have supplies for my skincare. I have supplies for cross stitching. So what I needed was more like kind of embellishment kind of stuff for the journaling. So I got some tacky glue, the Aleene's, which everybody uses. Honestly, I have not used it before, but I thought it'd be a good glue for crafting. And I'm actually kind of trying out different glues and tapes, decide what I like the best. And I also got a couple little rolls of washi tape. I already got a larger kit of it, but again, I didn't. I wanted there were a few colors that I didn't have, and so I got a couple others, and I thought this was really pretty. It's got the little butterflies. I love butterflies, and this kind of, I guess, kind of gradient looking little thing. But anyway, I thought that was pretty. And again, these were half off because it was Paper Studio. I got 2 ink pads. I already had a few. I had a few before I started doing the junk journaling, but of all things, I didn't have a black pad, so I got a black ink pad and a silver ink pad, which I use. That's the main thing I use it. I don't really do a lot of stamping yet because I don't have a lot of stamps, but what I really use it for is for distressing edges and kind of putting some interest on the edges. It's really, really pretty, the effect. But anyway, there's that. And I also got, these were on clearance. These are like kind of brush pens. I think they're really kind of meant for like, you know, Japanese, Chinese calligraphy. But I thought these would be great for edging and, doing a few little flourishes in the junk journal. But it's silver and gold, and it's got like a teeny tiny little micro brush on the end, from what I could tell. And they were I would not have even looked at them if they had not been on clearance. They were on clearance for $2.49. So, can't say no to that. Oh yeah, yes, it's teeny tiny. You can't even hardly see it on my camera. Super, super fine brush. Oh yeah. Now, I don't have the skill to write with these, but I will certainly be able to do some little flourishes and some edging and stuff with them, which I thought I thought they'd be perfect for that. Okay, and I also got several stickers. The stickers were also on clearance. And I have several. I had saved a lot, but a lot of what I had was kind of cartoony. And and I had actually had ordered some a while ago back from Amazon because I have another idea for a kind of a multimedia project that I haven't started yet, but I'm still going to do that too. Uh, but I wanted to get a better variety of stickers. So I got these little planet stickers. I love like celestial kind of stuff. I'm kind of a I was always very good at science in school. I enjoy learning more about science. In my age, I have forgotten a lot, and I need to be reminded. But I also got little sloths. I love sloths. I could not resist. These are cartoony. Okay, yes, they're cartoony, but look at how adorable. I just can't say no to adorable little sloths, like, ever. Because they're one of my favorite animals, because they're just so freaking adorable. Okay, and I also got little peacock feathers, which I thought were really pretty. And I could just use for random embellishment. And some fall kind of color leaves, which I had a few things, but they were kind of, I didn't really like them that much, so I got some of these. And again, these were all half off too. And I got one more bag from Hobby Lobby, and that's where my paper is. Okay, and I got a couple of paper pads. I got this smaller celestial one. They call it Stargazer, and I really, really love a lot. Like I was like, I love anything celestial. Like I started looking at the astronomy photo of the day years and years and years ago, and I love to look at it because, especially when you get those beautiful false color images of, like, the different nebulae. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's just so beautiful. And and luckily that's kind of become a popular thing finally, years after I got into it again. Sorry. I'm always ahead because I'm always behind. But there's that. I thought that was really pretty. And again, with scrapbook with junk journaling, you don't really need large pieces. So and most of the time you just tear them down, which I really enjoy. I really like that aesthetic. It's really pretty. The kind of vintage, kind of worn, kind of looking distressed. Okay, and then I got this pad, which has a nice variety of colors, which was what I needed. Like, I like more kind of muted colors, but lately I get kind of bored with those, especially with the junk journal. Like, if I'm wearing it, I'm never going to go bright flipping orange. But with the junk journal, sometimes you need a little bit more color. And so I got this one because it was really colorful. And it had some nice little textures. Like, there's some damask, there's some, like, kind of wood grain, kind of swirlies and florals, different kind of little textures. So it's very difficult for me to find beauty in just a plain color cardstock, so I have to get the pretty stuff. Okay, I believe that's everything that I got from Hobby Lobby. And so after I went to Hobby Lobby, I went to the library book sale. But I'm saving that for last because it got a little crazy because it was dollar bag day. I'll explain later. But right now, after I went to the library book sale, I went to work at Walmart, and then I came home, or I came toward home and stopped at the Dollar Tree. And now I actually learned about a lot of the things in here from a lady called the Posh Paper Lady on YouTube. I love her. She just comes up with the most brilliant ideas for paper crafts. You know, I'm not into paper crafts in general, but the junk journal thing really appeals to me. A lot of times she does too much perfection for me, but she does have some really amazing ideas that I may try. But at this point, I'm just going to stick with the rough and tumble junk journal. But I did get a few things. First of all, I got these are cutting boards that they have there. Um, and I already had a couple of these, but I use it for sectioning out my soap bases when I'm making melt and pour soap. And so they were already kind of greasy, and they had some bumps and everything on it. So I got a couple of these for paper craft, which will make it give me a little bit more of a smoother surface, not ruin stuff when I'm working on that sort of thing. So I got that. And again, Dollar Tree, everything's a dollar. Well, I got one of these Boston Cream Honey Buns. I admit, most of the time I will not touch these because it's so much sugar they make my teeth hurt. But I love these so much. So every once in a while I will allow myself one ridiculous Boston Cream Tasty Cake Honey Bun. So that's very rare that I do that. Okay, now let's see what I've got here. I got, this is some kind of burlap and lace ribbon, which I thought was really pretty. Totally my aesthetic. And so I'm going to use that on some of my pages. I thought it was really pretty. And I got a couple of spray bottles because I might try doing like some kind of watered down acrylics that I have. Acrylics that I have had for 20 years. Thank goodness I have figured out something to do with them again. Because I used to love to paint little boxes. And I still like doing that. I just haven't done it in a while because it's messy and I'm just not very skilled at it. I don't have a very steady hand. As far as, visual arts are concerned. So, I hadn't used them. Like I said, I've had those paints for at least 20 years. They're still good. They're still liquid. They haven't dried out. So, I'm just going to use them for my junk journal for a while and see how it goes. And I thought I might try watering some down and doing like a little spray texture at some point. So I use that because all of my spray bottles are reserved for skincare and fragrance. So these are reserved for other things. So okay, and I also got these little doilies, which will be awesome to kind of put some color on with stamp ink. I like to use stamp ink in like a little one of those I guess they call them pouncers. The little foam ended they're used for stenciling a lot, but anyway, I was going to try to do some fun stuff with those, and there's all different sizes, these little paper doilies that they had. And then they have double-sided tape, another, thing that I'm trying. I already had some, but I wanted to try this and see how I like it. And plus, it's $1, so I'm going to try it out. And you can never have too many things that stick paper to paper when you start doing these things. And apropos of that, I also got the Dollar Tree clear craft glue just to see what happens with it and see how I like it. Though it's not very much. It seems pretty liquidy, but we'll see how it works. I've already got my Elmer's glue and some other things, but just trying stuff out. Alright, and I actually, this is an idea that I got from a message board, from a Facebook page that I'm on for junk journalers. I keep saying scrapbookers, junk journaling people, and this lady said that she likes to make little envelopes out of these patty papers. They're just little squares of parchment, basically. And so you can make little envelopes and tucks and things out of these, and I thought that was a really good idea, and so I'm going to try a few of those things out. And there, you get 100 of them here, so if you screw up, who cares? You just paid $100 for 100 little things of parchment. And I got some photo paper because I didn't have any. It's only like 8 pages, and I don't know about the quality, but I might try to print a few things. And I'm probably not going to do that a lot, which is why I was fine with it only being 8 pages. We'll see what happens. Let me see. Oh, yeah, there's right here. Alright, and this is the thing that the Posh Paper lady mentioned in particular. I'm gonna hug her. I love her. But these are this is a piercing and scoring tool set. And the piercing is going to be really helpful for when I start doing, you know, the bound journals. But I wanted to go ahead and get some $1 again, and actually she demonstrated how they, you know, how well they work, and they work very well. So hello, $1 piercing tool, which she would probably pay, Jesus, like at least $5 for, if not more, at a craft store. So hello, there's that. Oh yeah, oh, I forgot to show y'all my little metallic Sharpie paint pens I got at Hobby Lobby. I got those. No, forgot about that. But anyway, back to Dollar Tree. At Dollar Tree, I also got these little Velcro circles, which I don't know how I'm going to use them yet, but I'm sure I'll think of something. I'm sure there'll come a time where, man, it would be awesome if I could put some Velcro and be able to move this around. Oh, wait, I have these. Okay. So, and, okay, I was astounded at these gorgeous little butterfly stickers. I've never seen anything like this at Hobby Lobby before. They must be like or not Hobby Lobby, at Dollar Tree before. They seem to be bumping up their crafting stuff. They probably figured out that a lot of women like me, like us, are getting cheap stuff to use for their crafts there. So, I got these little stickers, and they are absolutely beautiful. Look at those, the little butterfly stickers, and the little wings kind of come up, so they're kind of 3D, and I just love them. They're so pretty, and again, I love butterflies anyway, so I got these that are kind of like an orangey kind of palette, and then I got kind of a purpley palette of them, and look how pretty the side views are. Look at those. Aren't those gorgeous? And look at the little wings like stick up. It's awesome. I love it. I can't wait to try these out. Well, they did stick up if y'all didn't squish the thing. But yeah. And then I got this kind of variety of colors. And I just think they're just absolutely beautiful, I think. I've never seen anything like this. But cool. So I got those too. And that was it for the Dollar Tree. So, now the Bad Mama Jamma. I'm going to have to pause to get all of this over here. But before I do, I'm going to pour myself a cup of coffee. And I'm going to tell y'all, if you have a local library, which most of us do, you should. If you don't, then there is something wrong. You need to look in to seeing if they have an annual book sale. In my town, the Friends of the Library Association does it. And a lot of the books are books that the library is getting rid of. Some of them are from collections that people have had that they're giving away. Some of them are from people's estates and that have been donated to the library and they can't use, or they already have it, or they, what have you. But they have everything at my library's book sale. And I mean, every year, I go every year. Last year they didn't have it because of COVID, but this year they had it. And I usually go on the first day and go crazy and spend about $20. $20, even on the first day, is a massive box of books. Dude, I bought an Encyclopedia Britannica from 2007 for $7 at a library book sale, and I still have it and I love it. Most of my books, and I have a crap load of them. You can't see them in the frame because they're over here, but I have a crap load of books, and most of them are from the library book sale because the prices typically range from 50 cents to about $4. And most of them are 50 cents to $1. That's it. And so I go a little bit crazy. But then the last 2 days, on Friday and Saturday, they have dollar bag day. You just load up a shopping bag of books and you pay $1 for it. I got 5 bags of books, which means I spent $5 on all of these books that I'm about to show you. So, you know, and I know you're probably going to stop it now if you haven't already, but I just want to show y'all what I got. A lot of them I got for the junk journaling stuff because they had really pretty illustrations. And again, I do have a problem with deconstructing books for these reasons, but again, these were likely going to be discarded. They're things that nobody was interested in at the book sale, which is why they were still there, and so I'm justifying it in that way. This way, at least, the images are being preserved, and the paper is going to be used again. It's going to continue to be useful even after it's not really a book anymore. So I'm allowing myself this liberty, and I'm still having a little bit of trouble with it. But again, $5 for a crap load of books. And a lot of these subjects are things I'm not really interested in. I just thought that the pictures were really pretty. But I did also get some books that are going to remain intact forever, for as long as I have them, because they look like they were going to be awesome. So, okay, I'm going to pause for a minute, get some coffee, and move all these books over here. Take a moment. I'm going to take a moment while I'm editing this video and let you know that I have cut out most of my book haul because there were so many, and it made and I mostly just jabbered about the books, and I was really just showing off all the books I got for $5. So I'm cut out a lot of it. I included a few of the highlights of some of the things I'm going to keep and some of the things I'm going to use, and they've already been deconstructed. I've already started using them. Of course, this is many months later. If y'all want me to, then I might do just the book part as a separate video, maybe to appease the book nerds, because I know y'all are out there and I'm one of you. And it just there's just 2 of my cases and 1 behind me, 1 over here, and 2 over here. I got a ton of books. But anyway, if you do want me to do a video about my book collection, then just let me know. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe. Thanks, y'all. Okay, so I have a stack of books that is taller than my couch, and another stack next to me that is taller than my lap. And I paid $5 for all of them. There's so many of them that at this point I'm really just showing off. Okay, I think this one I'm going to keep together too. I haven't decided. I really love the Smithsonian. This is the Smithsonian Experience. This appears to be basically a book going through the different exhibits at the Smithsonian. And I think I got it because of all of the paintings and the pictures and everything, but I might have to keep this one together. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep this one together. See, I'm struggling here. Okay, and now some people might get ill at me for this one, but I am going to use this one for junk journaling. But all the pictures are going to remain intact, and that's the main idea. This is The Art of Andrew Wyeth, The most popular painting that he did is the girl in the field where she's kind of leaned over, and there's a little house in the distance. I think it's in here. I'll show you. But a lot of these, I never really studied his work, and I'm not an art historian. I love art. I love to appreciate it. I love to interpret it for myself. But I don't get into art theory. I don't get into art history, that sort of thing, which is why I'm going to deconstruct this one and just use the images. But again, they're going to remain intact. This is the one I was talking about. This is the one that he did that most people know him by, which is just a beautiful painting. There are a lot of really beautiful paintings in here, and I'm very happy that I came across this, because the only painting of his that I had ever seen was this one. But there's some really beautiful stuff in here that I really appreciated. That I'm probably going to deconstruct this one. And, yeah, okay. I'm sitting here like, oh, look at my books while I'm on video. Okay. Okay. I had to get this one for the paper because I already have this. I already have this book. It was left over, and so probably nobody's going to, and every single book sale I go to, they have a copy of it. This is the Norton Anthology of English Literature. This was my textbook in college, and again, I still have my copy. But what I probably am going to do with this one is, particularly with the poem, I'm probably going to look through it and decide, the different poems and different. I probably want to pick out some passages and poems that I'm familiar with already, and put them in the journal, and the rest of it I will probably use as just paper, and for decorative purposes. But again, I already have my copy. That one's not going anywhere. It's not getting ever deconstructed, so I had to get this one for the purposes of deconstruction and to pick out a few passages to put in there. So there. That one was an oldie. Okay. This one's staying intact. This is Irish Myths and Legends. Now this is for kids, obviously. Look at I'm a massive mythology and folklore nerd. I've read all of the Grimm. I've read all of Hans Christian Andersen, the William Butler Yeats collection. I love it all. It's wonderful. So I had to get this, and I'm familiar with most of these stories, but this is basically watered down versions of the I can't pronounce the Irish names. I'm so sorry. And I'm like 15% Irish, and I can't even begin to read some of these names. But I'm familiar with a lot of them. This is actually a watered down version of the different cycles. They have the Children of Lear. I love the Children of Lear. It's really it. But the illustrations are really, really pretty. I think that's the Soul Cages. No, that's not the Soul Cages. But really pretty illustrations. But I'm not going to be able to break this one down. Not happening. If you stayed this long, dude, you must subscribe if you've been around this long to watch this whole thing, and I really appreciate you listening to me ramble about my massive haul of books for $5. But again, look at this one also has the really beautiful illustrations, and I'm all over that, man. So yeah, so that's it. It's been a busy day. I had to work twice. I went to a lot of stores, but I did not spend a whole lot of money. That's a good thing. So, until next time, y'all, I hope y'all have a great evening. Take care. Again, please like, subscribe. Click the link below to my Facebook page for Your Weird Aunt, my skincare products, and I'll probably start doing a little bit more with that. If you don't see what you want on my Facebook page, send me a message. I can probably make it. So, alright, y'all, take care. And don't forget, look and see if your library has a book sale. And you can get massive hauls of books for your collection or for your junk journaling or scrapbooking. Oh my God, $5 for a massive stack. So keep an eye out for that stuff. And y'all have a good evening.